call the meeting to order. All rise for the pledge, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Oh my gosh, where are my glasses? Oh no, okay.
Do you need mine?
I might. All right, roll call. Wonder Jen.
Here.
Van Eck.
Here.
Steffes.
Here.
Gardine here. Campbell.
Here.
Dehaan.
Here.
Hybor absent. All right.
All right, we have a quorum. Mr. Barrett is also, sends his apologies, but he cannot be here tonight because of a family situation. All right. Please note, as a courtesy to the members of the audience and the Board of Education, please silence your cell phone. Public will only be able to speak during the public comment if signed up. Right now we have just one. All right, thank you. Approval of agenda. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Support.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Let's see, board member reports. Start with Joe.
All right, just a couple of things. Victory Day was incredible again. It makes me smile every year that I go, so that was a lot of fun. And then the second thing that I wanted to cover was we had a reunification walkthrough drill at Resurrection Life Church on the 16th. That went very well. A lot of participation from a lot of schools in Region 3. So if you're not familiar with the reunification, it would be if something were to happen at one of our buildings or any other nearby school, we would reunify parents with their students at this location. So quite frankly, we're way ahead of the game when it comes to this type of drill, probably leading the state, for certain leading this county in this drill. So it's beneficial to be prepared. And we're doing an actual drill where we will include students with role players, with parents in probably February. And you all get invited for that.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you. See Amy?
Yeah, I have been busy, obviously doing things with my kids at different schools, but I have been meeting with different PTCs to just get an idea as to what they are doing in their buildings, in their districts. So I've had the pleasure to meet with Cummings and with South Elementary. And they are just doing a really impressive job of bringing parents into the buildings. Every PTC operates a little bit differently, but I think it fits very well with that particular building. And so I will wrap it with that.
All right, thank you. My wife was active in the PTC and liked it a lot at Cummings. All right, Bob?
Just one thing. About a year ago, for my report, I mentioned how there was legislation going through the House, State House, with regard to potential changes to the sex ed curriculum. And I was very concerned about that. Luckily, and I'm saying luckily, because of the pandemonium that went on at the end of the year with the legislature, it kind of stayed and died in committee. But Michigan Department of Education and the school board, state school board, has decided to move this curriculum to their docket. And they had very limited public comment. I mean, there was almost like 3 days where you could do public comment. A lot of news coverage in the state with the amount of distaste from many parent groups. I don't know what the percentage of in favor or not in favor. My assumption is there's a majority not, especially the way the news stories went. One of the things that they're trying to do with this new curriculum is they're trying to get around the state law, because they don't want to call it sex education anymore. They want to call it health education. So it bypasses that piece. Obviously that'll be tested in court if it gets there. But some of the things that are significant in this curriculum change is they're looking to incorporate gender expression, sexual identity, and sexual orientation. Actually, that's starting with 11-year-olds, so 5th graders. So it's disheartening to see this moving, specifically since they're trying to bypass the legislature. So hopefully the public continues to state their displeasure with it. There was a survey, but the survey is locked out and nobody can see what the results are as of today, so they're probably still tabulating it. So that's what I've got.
Hey, Bob, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. Just to provide a little bit more context with that, I'm pretty familiar with what you're saying with the health education standards. So these are curricular standards, and yes, they were updated, and yes, they did add additional language to the sex education component of the health education standards. I do think it's very important to note, and many state sort of organizations, and I know superintendents, requested within these that one, these are just the health state standards for the school, that local school districts still control what curriculum they use. So this isn't really a curriculum that they have to do. In addition, parents have to still have the option to opt out. So while I absolutely agree, like I understand that you don't like the standards, but at the same time, the state right now with these is not changing local control or the parental notification and consent. So that will remain the same. And so I think it's just an important point to note that nobody would be forced to, or districts wouldn't be forced to adopt these.
Well, one of the changes that did occur because of that, so that was a good point, Amy, is the Supreme Court's ruling with regard to parent notification that happened out of Virginia. So that sort of caused them to kind of roll it around a bit and change some of those standards. But I'm still not in favor of what they're attempting to do because of those things they're trying to add, especially for children at such a young age.
Yeah, and I think, as our district moves forward, if these get adopted, because it's not really certain yet, it might be something that the district would want to. But I believe we have our own sort of we have our own program that we're happy with.
With
and
parent
obviously,
input.
with parent input, we also have that committee. So I hope that we will probably continue to do it that way.
Yep. So
All right. Thank you. Thank you both. Sally?
Yeah. So I was able to take a lovely trip with my husband for his first retirement official trip. Then we went to Croatia, and while there, it was so much fun to watch class trips happen in Croatia. Class trips happen. Teachers take their kids on field trips, and we happened to see a couple of classes come to a historic place where there was a beloved poet, that was a Croatian poet from the 4th century, and to the mansion or palace that he built with some really cool features. But it was just so interesting to watch the kids in Croatia act the same way as the kids here in Grandville. The teachers in Croatia have to wrangle them just like the teachers here in Grandville. And I thought that was a really fun thing to see, that we do share these things across many, many borders, and certainly across the ocean. So that was kind of cool. I'm looking forward on Wednesday to be participating in the Amazing Shake. That's always a wonderful event. Even if you don't know much about it, you might want to just go and see. You're going to be amazed yourself at the poise and the efforts that our young people take in learning how to operate and function in a social way in their environment for now and in their future. It's a wonderful event. And that's it.
It is. Thank you, Sally. Amy?
Thanks for letting me roll in here kind of late. I was actually with the hockey boosters. They have their grit week this week, which means they're competing to see who can do the most push-ups and planks and 4-minute planks, which, yeah, so that's going on this week, and I just rolled in from that. But also going back to what Joe said, I want to thank the district for how we handled the bus barn situation. That was really scary for a lot of people, but also done so very well within this district, as we do, as you guys always collaborate. It's been really fun, not fun, but it's been very impressive to me to see how many people come together to make sure that everybody is safe, that you have the options for, you have the options to use the bus the next day, or you can, we're very much about empowering our parents around here. And actually, my son was working on the electrician stuff there, and he goes, "Hey, I got sent home." And so it was, everybody was being taken care of, and everybody was safe. So thank you to the district for that. It was awesome to sit with many of my fellow school board members for the National Honor Society. We have so many amazing students. We have so many options for AP classes. We are extremely blessed in this district with phenomenal teachers, phenomenal kids, outstanding academics, and it really shows when you watch those National Honor Society kids. We are coming up on the last week and a half before band competition goes to states in Detroit, and they added fire and smoke in the last, oh, it was so good, you guys. This is a very powerful show, and I'm so impressed, and I'm not sure how many of you have gone to the football games. I saw you at the football game. I've seen you guys at the football games, and I've had a couple of children in band, and people are sticking around for that show, man. It is a really good show. We actually saw some scouts that were there on Friday, some college scouts, and they stuck around for the show, and I was like, that's right, recruit our band. Okay, so homecoming was amazing. Thank you to the homecoming people who take care of that with the student council. And again, I get to participate in the Amazing Shake, and it is one of the coolest things I think that our intermediate building does. It's a really, really cool program. So, yay. That's all I have.
All right, thanks, Amy. I'm just going to add on to the band. Over the last month, been out to a couple of away football games, and just watching their bands at halftime. I won't name them, but their bands at halftime compared to our bands at halftime, I mean, there's no comparison. It's night and day. The quantity of kids and the skill level. So thank you to Mr. Garcia and the students and the families that support that.
If I can add one more thing too, we have record numbers in the middle school of band kids, and we are growing and growing, and Mrs. Jones, Miss Swirling, they are like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? They have like a full extra class worth of kids this year, and it's because we have invested so well into that program, and I'm really proud. I'm so proud of this band program.
It is awesome.
I had a little concern at first when I seen the pyrotechnics going off. I'm like, you know how much money that field cost? Don't start on fire. No holes in it, please.
It's just a smoke
but
machine.
But it's fine. It's fine. Well,
Not
it turned
even
out
real.
good.
It's like material and fans for
Yeah,
fire.
it was good.
All smoke and mirrors.
Well, he's got safety in his blood.
Yeah.
All right, so Roger being out, we've got the middle school here. Mr. C is going to do a presentation from the East Coast trip, so welcome, Mr. C.
And I'm not presenting anymore.
All right.
I brought in the big hitters. I just want to welcome Mrs. Stewart and Mrs. Baker, who came to me 2 years ago with an idea, totally unsolicited, and said, have you thought about us possibly doing a trip with students? And I said, well, give me a presentation, give me the pitch, and see what we can do. And we've had just been able to offer an amazing experience for students for the last 2 years, and hopefully has become a tradition for Grandville. So I'm going to have them step up and talk a little bit about that, and obviously you're going to get an opportunity to hear from our students who have actually experienced it. So.
Sure, or use a podium.
Use a podium.
Then your voice will be recorded.
And Mrs. Mulder as well.
And Mrs. Mulder.
Is it already over there? Oh, perfect. Okay. All right, there we go. Thank you. All right. Hi, everybody. Like Mr. C said, my name is Kristen Baker. I teach 8th grade math at the middle school. I've been teaching for 20 years, but this is my 8th year in Grandville.
And I am Jamie Stewart. I also teach math, 8th grade at the middle school, and I have been teaching for 19 years and 17 here in Grandville.
when we even met, like our first years of teaching at Alger Middle School in Grand Rapids. We came back together, so it's wonderful.
So how did this all start? Well, I was driving to bring my daughter to daycare one morning, and on the radio they were talking about what are the coolest field trips, and I love a good field trip. And they said, what are the coolest field trips that you have, experienced? And over again, people were calling in and saying, we went on close-up, we had to go to Washington, D.C., we, did a different program, but also seeing Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, Boston. And so then I knew that I wanted to try to make this happen. And then I surround myself with people that will say, sure, I would love to help you do that. So that is Ms. Baker. So we talked about it at lunch, and then from there, it took off.
So our first year we did it was 2004, so I think they're sophomores now. We brought 38 students, and this was the official close-up trip. Have any adults in here ever been on close-up or heard of it? So think of it like an all-inclusive trip, but it's very curriculum-based, and it's all in Washington, D.C. So we brought 38 students. It cost $2,100 per student, so it's pretty expensive. But you travel by plane, which was kind of a fun thing, because there was a pretty good chunk of kids that had never flown before, so that was exciting. But the thing is, we only saw DC on that trip, and that was it. It was mixed with other schools from all over the country, which was kind of cool, but the part that we got feedback was from students is they wanted more time with their peers at Grandville Middle School and to really have that time. Students also felt like, we saw DC and that was cool, but hey, can we see some other sites there? Because it was very, very curriculum based, like workbooks and study sessions. And so after that, Jamie and I said, we have this other option, maybe we should look into that.
So that's how East Coast version 1.0 came about. So we were talking, and I was talking to Ms. Baker, I'm like, we need to expand this to New York City. The kids have got to see both. New York City is so cool, it's got so many things to offer. And then close-up just was not economically a possibility. It was just so expensive. And so we started looking at what other schools do within the area, and they go through countryside tours. So we contacted them, and then that's our trip last year. We went through countryside tours, 78 students we brought. It's all by charter bus, so it's a lot cheaper because you don't have the flight. But we were able to see DC, Philly, and New York City.
And for almost $800 cheaper, and with twice as many students, it just felt like a home run. Now we had a little bit of nerves, okay, that's a lot of students in a big city. Yeah. Where were we afraid we were going to lose you all? Remember where we were panicking about? New York. We were so worried, we're going to lose someone in Times Square.
Times Square was our big fear, but
we did not lose anyone. But as you can see, we're sporting our shirts, and we'll have the kids speak in a minute here too. We're teenagers. But it was an amazing time. After the trip, we asked parents to give us some feedback on what they felt went well, what they wanted to see improved. I won't read all of them, you can read. But 100% of parents, that's a fact, some of the parents are in here, would recommend the trip. One of the things was that parents appreciated, Jamie is amazing at taking pictures, and they're all very obligatory and they smiled for us. But we posted things on the WhatsApp. It was a closed group, so parents always knew what was happening. We had a super detailed itinerary, so at any hour of the day, they could look at that and they knew where we were. Parents felt like we kept them safe, that it was just a great, memorable trip. So we were really proud of that. And then there's some of the student things. Again, I'm just going to read a couple of them and then I'll turn it over to them. But 100% of them said they would recommend it. They really, really liked it. And it was an awesome thing to do toward the end of the school year. After spending a whole year and kind of to cap out your middle school experience, it was really special. So if you want to go to the next one, then maybe we can open it up to you all.
Yeah, so we actually, there's the ads.
I could have made more special pictures, you're welcome.
So we sent out a thing to all the kids to try to get kids to come. And we had even more than this that said that they'd be willing to come and hang out tonight and do this for us. So if you guys want, you guys have questions? for the kids?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, I think you all
Okay,
should.
so all come on up.
Come on, this is your, we'll go over here, we'll let them take the spotlight.
Over here.
You got to first. Come on, it's over. You're in public.
So if you guys have any questions that you want to ask them or
I have a question for you. So what was something surprising that you learned about our country that maybe you didn't know before, or an impression?
Leave it to Sally.
What was the question?
In DC, we like took a tour and we learned about like all like the memorials about different wars and stuff, and we learned why they were built, like what the meaning of it was too.
Good. Anybody else? What's something that surprised you about our country that maybe you didn't know or you just weren't aware of?
I think it's just like when we had a night tour on a bus. It was really cool to see everything in like the night version. You see everything during the day. But I think just learning more about like our past and our history just goes farther deeper than what you hear every day in school. Not every day, but what the teachers tell you every day, but then you actually see it and feel like experience it. It's way better, I think.
What was probably, and I don't care who answers it, could be all of you if you want. What was your favorite activity in New York and your least favorite? What did you notice about New York that you're grateful you live in Grand Rapids?
I think there's too many people in New York, honestly. There's a lot of people there. I think I would prefer smaller Grand Rapids than big New York City. I think I would get lost if I didn't have 80 kids that I know that have the same shirt as me.
What did you like the most about New York?
Oh, gentlemen, you know they want to hear from you.
Emmett, what did you like the best about New York?
I like the 9/11 museum.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
cool.
And I think a lot of kids in the survey, that was, because it was something in history that was more close to, their life.
And
So
taking 78 of these students through there, they were so unbelievably respectful.
Yeah.
And we had so many comments from people that they were the most respectful kids they've ever seen.
Aw,
That's awesome.
Good job, guys.
Of the 3 cities, what was your favorite city? Guys, you can answer that too.
I don't know. Probably New York.
New York?
New York. What's the question? New York.
What's your favorite?
New York?
New York.
All of you in New York?
I like Philadelphia.
Okay.
It's gonna be different.
Is it because of the Philly cheesesteak?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to ask, did you try any local food that you wouldn't have had in Grand Rapids here? Did you go to any restaurants or street
We went to
food?
restaurants, yes.
What?
Oh, you went to that?
Guys, think of when we went to that food court, that super fancy food court in like one of the shopping
I
centers
got,
in
like,
New York
chicken
City
nuggets.
across the line.
Well, I got McDonald's there.
What?
So.
No.
Did anyone go adventure food there? What did you get?
I got like this, like it was like a fancy French bread thing, and then it had like real goat cheese, so it was like, and with like spinach and like ham. It was really good.
I know, I'm kind of hungry myself, Joe. So here's the thing. When I grew up in a teeny tiny little school in the middle of the country, I had 54 in my graduating class, right? So you had probably more than, right? So you had more than I had in my class in middle school. But our senior year, every single senior year in 1990, yes, in the 1900s, our counselors would take us to New York and Washington, D.C., and it's still, you guys, I'm 53. I still remember that so vividly. And this was when New York, in Times Square, was big rats and real dirty, and it was very interesting how much it has changed. But one of the things, if you were going to say, what was probably the most memorable thing that you think is going to stick with you by the time you're 53? Was there one moment where you're like, you said that, I will agree, I've been to the 9/11 museum, or the memorial, that is a powerful place, right? Were there other things, either within New York City or within Washington DC or Philly, that you were like, just awestruck?
Probably the Holocaust Museum.
Yeah.
Holocaust.
That is a very, very powerful museum as well.
How many of you are inspired to travel more now that you've done it?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So here's something too. We've had a lot of parents, this is our third year doing this now. So many parents that aren't teachers, to be fair, there's a couple of those in the room, say, hey, we would love to go on this trip. Can we please come? Can we go? Can we go? Can we go? Every time we said, sorry, no. Do you guys wish your parents would have gone?
No.
And that's really important to us though, because minus, a couple of the mothers in the room and one of them that went. She has that teacher too. It's really important for us that they kind of have that independence, where obviously they're in a safe environment with teachers they trust and they know love them. But it's an important thing. Because we're watching them, but that's why we've stayed pretty firm, like, hey, we so appreciate the support, but we continue to say, no, we really want it to just be staff, because we think that's part of the experience as they're getting ready to go to high school too. And as you can see, they were really sad their parents didn't come.
And it is actually really cool, because we're gone 5 days, and when they get on the bus or when they got on the plane, by the time when we got done, within that 5 days, you saw so much growth through the kids and just their independence. Day 1 and day 2, we're running back because we're leaving cell phones in the hotel room. Leaving Nintendo Switches at the mall, but by the end of the week, they got everything.
Because mom wasn't there to scoop everything up.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all moms anyway, but we're moms to a lot that so mom and back.
Did you do what were some specific things that were done in New York and in Philly? Because I can imagine the memorials were very big in DC and obviously the 9/11 memorial, but were there more cultural things? So it was actually the first time I ever saw a Broadway play. Was also
and we
that
saw
year.
Lab. Yep, we
Did
saw
you see
Lab.
Broadway? That is awesome.
And this year, in 8th grade, they're studying The Outsiders, so we're going to actually go see The
Outsiders.
Outsiders.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
sorry.
That's cool.
We couldn't get into it last year, but we're making it happen this year. In Philadelphia, it was really cool. They were talking about the nighttime bus tour, and that was one of my highlights of the trip. It was just so pretty seeing the city. They would take you down the streets with all of the different
branches.
And you're literally looking into different apartments and seeing the architecture of all of them. It was super cool. And then we did
Independence Hall,
Yep.
Liberty Bell. We didn't, because of the busing, we didn't quite get to go and tour and get all the history thing, but our person said, they're really, there it is. That's kind of it. So they were able to see that.
And we did a bus tour in New York, and then we did Ellis Island. And we went to, what was that museum?
We went to
the Wax Museum.
Oh, Madame Tussauds to end the trip.
That was fun. That was our last hurrah before we got on the bus. And
we did Top of the Rock. We walked Central Park. We did Central Park Zoo. But there weren't a ton of animals there, we decided. But the walking through Central Park.
There were monkeys.
And again, we were in Times Square, and we must have because each teacher had kind of their assigned group of kids, we must have counted you all how many times that day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it was so packed. One thing I want to say too is, so we had 2 buses. We basically had, for the most part, a boys' bus and a girls' bus. And our bus driver, I don't know your bus driver guys, so maybe they said the same thing, but I know our bus driver mentioned at the end of the trip that she has never had a better group of people on her bus. And she's done this trip for years than she did with our students. She said they were kind, they cleaned up, they were respectful. So it just made us really proud because our students represented Grandville and their families so well the whole trip. We didn't have a single problem the whole time, and other people noticed everywhere we went, which was really proud teacher moments for us.
Absolutely.
And in Washington, we saw it all too.
Oh, yeah, all of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we
Tires
cram, we
off.
cram a lot. Is it exhausting days?
Yeah.
We literally get up at like 6 in the morning and we don't get back into bed till like 10:30 at night. And it is one thing after another after another.
Surprising you can keep it on an itinerary like that with as many people like that.
I had one parent say they followed their child, and maybe still in here. They followed their child on Life 360, and they said we could not believe how on they were.
There was a couple hiccups that were not really our fault per se, but we have those fixed for next year, so, or for this year, I should say.
Do you hope to expand this to more
Maybe
students?
we should go to the next one.
Okay.
Well, here, if you
Oh,
guys want to
good.
sit down.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
So, well, here, you want to do this part on the next part?
Sure. So this is version 2.0, so this is this year. So basically our cap for comfort and safety, specifically in New York City, our cap is pretty much 2 buses. So we're maxed out at 90 students this year, so this is our trip this year, and there are a few adjustments that we made. But just to maintain and keep the safety of the kids walking, because we do so much walking through New York City.
And the integrity of the trip.
Yes.
I think they would agree, we almost like 95% of the spots we're gonna repeat, but there are some things where hiccups are like, we need to pivot and adjust, that we feel are gonna make it better. It is a little bit more expensive because of inflation, and we're bringing one more chaperone. But, so we wanna keep it going, and our biggest thing, and this is like our biggest hope and dream, is that we really want to create some sort of rolling scholarship fund that we can have, because while the cost is lower this year, for some of our families, it's still too expensive. And we don't like that. And some of our families that choose to go, their kids, they work really hard to raise the money, and it's a strain on some of the families, but they think it's important enough and they value it enough that they make that happen. In years past, we have had a family who not only paid for their student, but they also said, you know what, we'd like to donate our money and pay for another student, which is amazing. We have another family that did that this year as well, and the student they're paying for, like, they've never left. Well, in fact, I think this particular boy said today, yeah, Mrs. Baker, I've been to Michigan and I've been to, I think, one city in Ohio, but that's like it. And so this other parent says, no, I want you to see more, and so they're paying for it. And while those are awesome and we love that, we want to figure out a way, and we're not experts in this, so we invite any of the community's help and your help on how can we start a fund, whether it's local businesses or families, that they can kind of donate in, whether it's an extra $10 or $20, that we can develop some sort of a scholarship fund where there's a process for families to apply, so we can get an even better representation of Grandville on this trip.
That's kind of cool. Anything with GEF? Have you looked for anything from them?
I don't think that they pay for
Yeah, I
field
don't,
trips.
I think they're, I don't know for sure, but I think they're more, global, like classroom and not
It can be
specific
reused
You know,
each year.
It,
I don't know.
try to get the ask in. You guys present it so well, you may be able to bend their rules a little bit.
Maybe we should bring our posse with us.
Do it.
Bring the whole crew.
Make sure they wear the
I think
hats
it's the
too.
money
Yeah.
pass
Love
that
those Make sure you wear your hats.
All is true. But yeah, so truly, you're welcome to email us or Mr. C if you have any thoughts or ideas on what we can do to get that going, because it's such a special trip. They loved it, we love it, and we just want to be able to offer it even more.
I actually
Right.
do have some thoughts, so I will, because I used to lead rainforest trips with our students. And so we do have ideas that you could use to create a base by which you could do scholarships from. And also, you guys, there's high school teachers that are going to be offering that career trip to high schoolers as they move on.
Awesome.
So,
Very cool. Yes,
but
definitely.
kudos to you. It's a big undertaking. Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
Super proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is, like the extra effort, like this is what makes Grandville the district that it is, a destination district for people outside to aspire to be.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So,
Yep.
so unless you're interested in the rest of the school board meeting, you can leave at this time.
So fun.
right, we have no old business. Consent action agenda, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Support.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Nope. That motion passes. Let's see, regular action item, high school food service upgrades. Put my glasses on. Let's see, it is recommended that the Board of Education authorize Owens, Ames, and Kimball to issue a letter of intent in the amount indicated to the contractor listed below, pending confirmation that all requirements of the contract documents have been met. Upon receipt by OAK of appropriate documentation, it's further recommended that the Board of Education award the contract to the contractors as specified below. There's a chart, and then the qualified bid package from the contractor specified above include alternate totals of $436,918, contingency of $43,692 is included, bringing the total project to $480,610. So turn it over to Heather then.
We need a motion.
Oh,
So moved.
did I not do that? Oh, that's right. Motion, second.
Support.
All those in favor?
Nope,
Nope.
we don't
gotta
vote
wait
yet.
yet.
Discussion
All right.
next. You're doing okay. You're doing okay.
So this project here is mainly going to be funded with food service fund dollars, and then partially with sinking fund. And the reason for that, the ability to do that, is because we do have an excess fund balance in the food service fund. And we do need to, it's been, gosh, I think it's the original, so we need a new walk-in freezer and the cooling units associated with that, the makeup air units, and a couple exhaust fans. We are going to replace the serving lines on the north and south end of the servery as well. I can show you kind of the schematics of that. Initially, we were looking at a budget of around $550,000, and then as we asked Mr. Ward and his team, tell us your hopes and dreams, that grew from there. So we were able to do priorities 1, 2, and 3 in this go-round. We'll see where things end up with the food service fund in the future, and maybe we can tackle priorities 4 and 5. But the majority of what we're looking to do is this first priority 1 here with the mechanical pieces.
What's the lead time on, like, the equipment?
About 10 to 12 weeks. So
It's not too bad, okay. All right.
Was there other bids for electrical? Or?
There's the previous.
Oh, okay.
It's right
So
there.
it's
I'm sorry.
Parkway, Swanson, and Circuit Electric.
All right, thank you.
So the difference there isn't much. Are you happy with Parkway? I don't know if have we ever worked with Parkway?
They did the 70 middle school.
Oh, they did? Okay.
we also-
And you're happy with them? Todd?
We have also used them on other projects, specifically in the high school auditorium.
Okay. All right, good.
Any other questions?
It's, other than the bottom bidder, first 2, when there's 3 is close. So it must not have been that difficult to hold them to their specs. Well, Jeff will be happy.
All right, let's do a roll call vote, Amy.
Yeah. Van Eck? Yes. Steffes?
Yes.
Gardine? Yes. DeHaan?
Yes.
Campbell?
Yes.
Wonderjump?
Yes.
Jason's not here. It passes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Yes, thank
The next item is Cummings Playground Equipment. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the purchase and installation of playground equipment for Cummings Elementary from the Game Time Sinclair Recreation in the amount of $217,385.42 plus freight of $6,979.07 for a total of $224,364.49. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Support.
All right, Heather?
Thanks. This one is similar to what we've been able to do in the past in terms of upgrading some playground equipment. It started a couple years ago at South Elementary, and then most recently last year at East Elementary, we were able to get some new equipment on those playgrounds. Partially because Game Time, which is a Sinclair company, offers a grant to us each year. And you can see there, it's a nice chunk of money that they're putting in, as well as the PTC. I know it was talked about a little bit earlier, I think in the board reports, but the amount of contributions that our PTCs do throughout the district is really amazing. So just very thankful for all the parent support in that
Heather,
area.
is that a one-time, or is that like several year donations that they have accumulated for that 43,000?
That is a couple years
Okay.
of donations that they've accumulated.
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's like that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. It's very cool to see that. And so the district's contribution will then come from the sinking fund. And this is something that would go in this summer of '26, and we were able to do a structure on the lower L playground, which is suitable for pre-K kids as well, because we do have younger programs up there, and then a nice standalone structure on the upper L playground as well. So there's some of the renderings of what that would look like.
Heather, is there any handicap accessibility? I didn't notice any on these renderings, but does the school have anything like that that's maybe wheelchair accessible? I was looking at some stuff today, and that is maybe a little more inclusive for children in wheelchairs. I mean, I know getting through wood chips, is a battle here. I understand that, but is there anything?
Yes, I don't know if in this piece in particular there is, and have you been up to Cummings recently to see on the playground side of things? I know we can add adaptive swings without any issue. We've done that, and in fact, I think the majority of our playgrounds have that as well.
Is there some there? Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
If there's at least
I know that the
some.
one at South has a ramp that goes up
Yeah.
also, and it's close to the sidewalk so that it's an easy accessible.
That's really nice.
Yeah, so, and I think that all of them have been adding,
Yeah.
the ones that I've seen anyway.
That's a great point.
Well, the grant is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's very generous of them. And then this is a summertime?
Yep. 26. Summer, yeah.
Okay.
Probably pretty much as soon as school gets out. I think the lead time on the equipment is in there. It's not that long of a lead. Yeah, 6 to 10. Thank you.
Easy peasy.
My kids would have liked it when they were younger.
It's nice too that they have included our early preschool stuff up there too, because that's one of our few, I think it's our only building that's left with, besides the GEC, so that's great. That's great.
That preschool equipment came from Riverbend.
Yeah, so
how
it
old
was
that is.
needing
Yeah.
to be replaced, so.
Yeah.
Great,
So did
great
you
stuff for
apply?
a great
Oh,
little
sorry.
school.
Sorry. It's okay. Did you apply for that grant?
No, I did not. Nope. It's totally handled by our maintenance department.
Wow.
Arlen and Brian take care of that. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is very
I
awesome.
appreciate that.
Good job.
Yeah, that's.
Thank you. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Roll call, please, again.
Sure. How about Campbell?
Yes.
Gardine, yes. DeHaan?
Yes.
Stefas?
Yes.
Wonderjum?
Yes.
Van Eck?
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you. All right, taxes. Summer tax resolution. It is recommended that the Board of Education adopt the attached resolution imposing 100% tax levy of all property taxes, including debt service, upon property located within the school district, and request each city and/or township in which this district is located to collect those summer taxes. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Support.
This is an annual resolution that we bring. Some back, in 2000 is when that first started. It's very important. I think about this summer in particular, with a very, very late budget from the legislation, and just knowing that while it would create some cash flow issues if we didn't have a budget right now, knowing that we are able to have those taxes collected in the summer helps make sure that we can meet our payroll deadlines. I think we're I guess there's 20 some districts in Kent County, and probably 2/3 have the same type of levy, 100% summer tax. So
That was going to be my question. Good job.
thanks.
So I believe Tim Raymer and whoever was...
Dennis Bain.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They are the two that began this quest. So Tim Raymer was our assistant super for finance back then. So I'm glad those two put their heads together, because it's benefited the district quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. It really helps too, because we don't receive, even if there was a budget, we wouldn't receive a state aid payment in the month of October. So, I'm sorry, the month of September, because that's the state's year end.
And especially with the budget being as tight as it is, having that gives you at least a little bit of a sigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. All right. That concludes the action items. We'll move on to public comment. We have one public comment. Mr. Brock. I don't know what all Jason reads, but we have 5 minutes of public comment, and
I'll give you a minute warning.
Sally will give you a minute warning. But go ahead. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Dick Brock. I got a third grader over at Central Elementary School, and I'm the president for the PTC group over there. So PTC seems to be a little theme in here, so I'll piggyback on that. Last time I was here, I gave an update or what we were up to over there for our annual fundraiser, our Color Blast fundraiser. And I mentioned at the time that our goal in previous years was to raise $10,000 per year. And then in those 2 years, we had raised $15,000 each year, so $30,000. So again, when the letter went out to parents and students and everybody this year, again, our goal was $10,000. In the back of our head, we're thinking 15. And when it wrapped up just a bit ago, we ended up with $19,500, just surpassing what really we had set out for. So just a little breakdown of that is, so over the past 3 years, the PTC, and when I say that, we raised $50,000 approximately, but really that's all the parents involved, and the parents and guardians, and then how that extends out to each student. So they have committed $50,000 over the previous 3 years of the success of the teachers and students at Central. For this year, there was a little breakdown for the sponsors. So we had 10 sponsors, and typically everybody of those sponsors, they contribute about $250. So the simple math is $2,500 for this year, which is just about 13%. So I think when I think of those numbers, it helps me to say, like, yeah, this is a community-driven event by the parents and guardians, et cetera, and the business sponsors play a really important role, but not as outsized as the students and those who give to them. So we also had, so that broke down to also about $80 per student. There's about 214 kids, and we know that not every student and the school is able to give. So I want to say a note of thank you on that, because last time I was here I said, hey, if anybody wants to contribute, some people did, and they earmarked those dollars, about $100 total, to go to kids who weren't able to contribute for whatever matter. So we were able to, as a group, as a PTC group, to say, hey, let's take that $100 and make sure that these students get something, they get a prize, so they can feel a part of kind of when we hand out rewards and gifts and things like that. We also, at the event, we had the Grandville Fire Department show up. They had their big truck with the huge ladder, and they parked just outside the track here at Oakstown. They raised the ladder all the way up. They had a couple firefighters out there, so all the kids could see that. The police department was there, and they were along the line as you go into the track, just kind of greeting kids and parents. So they got to have that kind of interaction with the students. As the students went into the track, they got to go under the inflatable bulldog. We were able to harangue that with some kind of miracle. And so that was, I think, other than the color blast and the chalk that the kids got, they get to go through that big thing that they see at the high school. So I think that was a big moment too. The last thing I'll say is just really, and I think I already said it here, is just a big thank you to all those who contributed, and really looking forward to using those dollars in the next year to pay for the student supplies, which we did over the previous year, which was $6,000. So we're going to do that again, and we'll dream big for this year, and hopefully we'll have some savings for the next following years. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, the next board meeting of the Grandville Board of Education will be Monday, November 3, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Administration Building. This meeting is adjourned.